Hi guys, this is Mary. You're watching Cardz TV. We're going to make a quick little card today. It's going to be for my hubby because he's been working really hard lately, and I just want him to know how much I love and appreciate him. And there's a little story that goes behind the theme of this card, and I'll tell you about it once we get started on it. We're going to be using elegant edges and an oldie but a goodie, stretch your imagination, and give a hoot. These are all three great cartridges, and you're going to see what a cute little card this is going to make. And we're going to use two of my Cardz TV stamp sets. We're going to use critter captions, and from critter captions we're going to use I'm Nutty For You. There's some cute ones on here. I haven't used this one yet, When Pigs Fly, but I think I'm going to pretty soon because I've got some ideas in mind. But there's some cute sentiments on here. But today's card will be using I'm Nutty For You. We're going to do the inside of our card as well, and we'll be using the Cardz TV stamp set Hugs and Kisses, and from that we're going to use You Make Me Happy. So let me get my papers and everything, and we'll get started on this card for my hubby. We're using some ivory cardstock for our card base, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And on top of that, we have a chocolate brown mat, and this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we have this really pretty print mat. It's got kind of a marigold background and lots of rust and ivory in it. I think it's really pretty. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to grab my ATG gun and get these layers on. This is a very quick card, and it's just got these two mats. And then I'll show you what else we're going to put on here. Now our card base is ready for our embellishments, and from Give a Hoot I decided to use these two little kissing squirrels. And the story behind this card is we have had a mother squirrel raise 5 babies on our front porch, and we sit in the living room and drink our coffee in the morning, and we watch these squirrels. We have a window above our front door, and they get up on top of one of the posts on our porch, and we can watch them through that window, and we just sit there and watch these funny little squirrels, and then we'll hear them running across the roof, and then we can turn and look out on the deck, and they're back there and running around on the deck, and then they jump into the trees and they're gone. And it's so funny, and we have enjoyed it so much. So when I saw these little squirrels, I thought, I have to use these to make his card, because we've just had such a good time watching them. But in the Give a Hoot cartridge on page 52, there's these cute little kissing squirrels. So I cut them out, and here they are. And this little girl's got a flower in her hair. I think these are adorable, and there's just 3 cuts to them. I cut this background out of the chocolate brown. This next layer I cut out of a dark craft colored cardstock, and then I cut the top layer out of chocolate brown. And then her little flower I cut out of that same ivory cardstock as our card base, and I put just a little tiny gold rhinestone on there. And I've inked and chalked them just to give them some definition. And I think they've turned out really cute. I've got them on 1 thickness of foam tape. And I cut these little kissing squirrels out at 1 3/4 inches. We're not just going to put them on the front of the card, though. I've cut a mat out from Elegant Edges. I've cut the shadow out of the chocolate brown, and then I found some coordinating paper that goes really well, I think, with this. It's kind of a rust and ivory polka dot, but the polka dots are different sizes. And you'll find that on page 33. And this is called doily. And I cut the oblong at 4 1/4 inches, and I used the polka dots. And then, like I said, the shadow is right down here, and it's also at 4 1/4 inches. And I've used this same mat for the inside for my sentiment. I did cut one extra one for the inside out of the ivory cardstock. But we're going to adhere these together and put them on the front, and then we'll add our squirrels and a couple of other cute little things. So let me get these put together. Isn't this turning out cute? I just love this. I love the little kissing squirrels on this mat. Now, I went ahead and stamped the sentiment on a piece of the ivory cardstock, and I've inked around it with some Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink, and I've got it on one thickness of foam tape. I'm going to take the foam tape off and add it right up here. And then I use the Stretch Your Imagination cartridge to cut 2 little acorns to put in the corners. And let me show you where they are. I just love these little acorns. I've used these a lot for fall cards because I think they're so cute. On page 46 in the Stretch Your Imagination cartridge, if you look right here under layers, there's your little acorn. And I've cut them out of 2 different colors, and I've inked and chalked them pretty heavily to make them look more realistic. And it cuts little like X's on the top of the acorn. So I used lots of chalk on there so you could really see them. I've got these on one thickness of foam tape. And I cut these acorns, let me think, at 2 1/2 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and get all of this stuck down on the front, and then we'll take a look at the inside of our card. Now I've got everything adhered down to the front of the card, and I'll show you the inside. I used Elegant Edges again, and I cut this same chocolate brown mat and polka dot mat at 4 1/4 inches, and that is on page 33. And then I cut another one out of the ivory cardstock, and I cut this at 3 3/4 inches. And I've stamped it with the Hugs and Kisses stamp set and put You Make Me Happy, and I added another acorn at the top, and this is on one thickness of foam tape. But I think it turned out super cute, and I think my husband's going to like this a lot. Thank you so much for coming by today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye now.